You're sitting in your room, the glow of your phone screen casting shadows on the walls. It's late, maybe too late, and you're scrolling through a feed that feels like an endless loop of polished lives, breaking news, and ads promising you'll feel better if you just buy this one thing. Outside, the world hums with progress. Self-driving cars, instant deliveries, apps that track your every step toward optimization. You've got everything at your fingertips: information, connection, comfort. So why does it feel like something's missing? Why does your chest ache with a heaviness you can't name? Why do you feel like you're drowning in a sea of noise, even when you're alone? If this sounds like you, stay with me. This isn't just another video. By the end, you'll see why this emptiness isn't your fault, and how it's the first step toward finding what you've been searching for all along. Let's start with the truth. You're not alone in this. You're not broken or ungrateful or too sensitive for feeling like the world's left you behind, even as it races forward. I've been there too, staring at a screen at 2 a.m., wondering why all this progress feels so hollow. I felt the pang of scrolling past someone's highlight reel, knowing my life doesn't look like that, and not even sure I want it to. I've walked through crowded cities, surrounded by people, yet felt like a ghost. And I know you have too. Maybe it's the way your job demands your soul, but gives you nothing back. Maybe it's the friendships that feel like transactions, the conversations that never go deeper than "I'm fine." Maybe it's the quiet moments when you realize you don't know who you are anymore, or if you ever did. This isn't just sadness. It's a signal. Your soul is trying to tell you something, and it's time we listen. What's happening to us? Why, in an age of unprecedented progress, do so many of us feel empty, disconnected, lost? Carl Jung would have called this a crisis of the collective unconscious, a shared wound in the soul of humanity. Jung believed that beneath our individual minds lies a deeper layer, a reservoir of archetypes and instincts that connects us all. But in our modern world, we've severed ourselves from that source. We've traded myths for algorithms, rituals for routines, meaning for metrics. Jung warned that when a society loses touch with its soul, it becomes sick. And that's what we're living in. A sick society. One that's so obsessed with progress, it's forgotten what it means to be human. You feel this sickness every time you chase a goal that leaves you emptier than before. Every time you silence your inner voice to fit in. Every time you wonder if this is all there is. But let's go deeper, because this isn't just about society. It's about you. Why does this emptiness hurt so much? Why can't you just get over it like everyone else seems to? Soren Kierkegaard, the father of existentialism, would say you're in despair, not because you're weak, but because you're human. Kierkegaard believed despair comes when we live out of alignment with our true selves. In our world, we're taught to be anything but ourselves. Be productive, be successful, be likable, be perfect, but never be you. Not the messy, flawed, searching you. So you wear masks. Jung called them the persona to survive. You smile when you're breaking. You post when you're hurting. You hustle when you're exhausted. And every time you do, you drift further from the person you were meant to be. That's why you feel lost. You're not living your life. You're performing someone else's. Now, let's peel back another layer. Where did this start? This didn't begin with you. Jung would point to the shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide because they're too raw, too inconvenient, too unacceptable. But the shadow doesn't form in a vacuum. It's born in childhood, in those moments when you learned that love comes with conditions. Maybe you were told to be quiet when you wanted to scream. Maybe you were praised for achieving but ignored when you failed. Maybe you saw your parents chase money, status, or approval, and you internalized the message. To be enough, you have to play the game. Our capitalist society amplifies this. It tells you your worth is your output, your followers, your bank account. But deep down, you know that's a lie. You know because you've chased those things and still felt empty. The shadow grows every time you betray yourself to fit into a world that doesn't even see you. Here's where it gets real. This sickness isn't just personal, it's systemic. Friedrich Nietzsche saw this coming over a century ago. He declared, "God is dead," not as a celebration, but as a warning. When we killed the sacred, whether it was religion, nature, or community, we lost the stories that gave life meaning. In their place, we built a world of consumption, competition, and control. Nietzsche feared we'd become last men, chasing comfort and distraction while starving for purpose. Look around. That's what we've become. We binge shows to escape our thoughts. We buy things to fill the void. We scroll to feel connected. But the more we consume, the less we feel. The more we connect online, the lonelier we get. This is the paradox of progress. We've gained the world and lost our souls. Now, let's talk about the cost. Choosing yourself in a sick society isn't easy. You might lose people who liked the old you, the one who never said no, who always performed. You might feel guilty for slowing down in a world that glorifies hustle. You might face moments of loneliness so raw they scare you. But Kierkegaard would remind you, despair is worse. Staying asleep is worse. Betraying yourself is worse. Every time you choose authenticity, you chip away at the sickness, not just in you, but in the world. You become a living rebellion against a system that thrives on your disconnection. Here's the hardest part. Healing doesn't feel good at first. You'll doubt yourself. You'll miss the noise, the chaos, the distractions. You'll wonder if you're doing it wrong because freedom feels like falling. But that's the point. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. You're not here to be productive or popular or perfect. You're here to be you. And that starts with one choice: to listen to the voice inside you, the one that's been whispering all along, the one that knows you're more than your job, your likes, your masks, the one that knows you're enough. So here's your challenge. Can you stay with yourself? Can you sit in the silence long enough to hear your own voice? Can you let go of the world's demands and choose your soul instead? Because beyond this emptiness is something real. Beyond this loneliness is your truth. Beyond this sickness is a version of you that's been waiting all along, stronger, freer, alive. You're not lost. You're just waking up. And that waking is painful, but it's also your power. Nietzsche called it becoming who you are. Jung called it individuation. I call it coming home. If this broke something open inside you, you're not alone. This is your moment. You felt the ache of a sick society, but you've also felt the spark of something more. Don't let it fade. Choose yourself today. Say no to one thing that dims your light. Say yes to one thing that makes you feel alive. And keep going. You're not just healing. You're rewriting the story of what it means to be human. So like this video if you're ready to wake up. Subscribe if you're done living someone else's life. And comment below, I'm choosing me. Let the world hear it. Let your soul hear it. This is your journey now, and it's just beginning. So, why does this hurt so much? Because it's not just about you or me. It's about all of us. Jung believed humans are wired for connection, not just with others, but with something greater. He called it the numinous, the sense of awe that comes from touching the infinite. In traditional societies, we found it in stories, in nature, in silence. But today, our world drowns out the numinous with noise, notifications, deadlines, ads. We're so busy surviving, we've forgotten how to live. And yet, that longing for meaning never goes away. It's why you feel restless even when you're successful. It's why you cry for no reason. It's why you keep searching, even when you don't know what you're looking for. You're not chasing happiness. You're chasing your soul. But here's the universal truth. This emptiness is human. Every one of us, no matter how polished their life looks, feels this ache at some point. We're all searching for the same thing, to feel alive, to feel whole, to feel like we matter. Jung called this the process of individuation, becoming who you truly are, not who the world wants you to be. But individuation isn't easy. It means facing the shadow, confronting the lies you've told yourself, and letting go of the masks you've worn. It means choosing yourself, even when it's lonely. Kierkegaard would say it's the leap of faith, trusting that your true self is worth finding, even if it costs you everything. This is the human condition, to feel lost, to search, to fall, and to rise again. So, what do we do? How do we heal in a sick society? The answer isn't out there, not in a new app, a new job, or a new goal. It's inside you. Jung would say it starts with making the unconscious conscious. Step 1. Pause. Stop running. Turn off your phone, sit in silence, and ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what they want, my boss, my friends, my followers, but me. Write it down. Don't judge it. Just listen. Step 2. Face your shadow. What parts of yourself have you hidden? Your anger? Your dreams? Your pain? Start small. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you. Maybe it's admitting you're not okay. Step 3. Seek the numinous. Find what makes you feel alive. A walk in nature, a song that breaks you open, a moment of stillness. These aren't luxuries. They're medicine for your soul. But healing isn't just personal, it's collective. Nietzsche warned that without shared meaning, we'd fall into nihilism. So start where you are. Have one real conversation. Ask someone how they're truly doing, and listen. Share your own truth, even if your voice shakes. Build small rituals, a morning journal, a weekly walk, a moment of gratitude. These acts reclaim your humanity in a world that wants to make you a machine. And don't underestimate their power. Jung believed that when one person heals, they ripple healing into the collective unconscious. Your courage to be real could be the spark someone else needs to wake up.